The NFLPA released the Player Team Report Cards, and these reports are very transparent. Now, I've dove into them. I've liked them because the last 6 years of my career, I've been in player development, which is the enhancement of the student athlete experience. I was on the college football side. And so when I look at this, I think about my role, which is enhancing that experience of the athlete. And so this little open mic podcast, it's a quick open mic. I just want to get on real quick and talk about my thoughts on this. We'll talk about, what I think about the player grades, and then what would happen if, college football had team or program grades. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Ed Jones. I'm the founder of Beyond the Field Player Development and the host of the Player Development Pod. So thank you for coming to this open mic. It's real quick, but check out, I'll have links and end screen at the end of the video, but check out the Player Development Pod, where I talk about the enhancement of the student athlete experience weekly. So these reports are interesting, and I'm not going to talk about any organization. I'm not going to call out any organization. I'm not here for that. And I just don't want to get caught in those webs. You can go check out the report. It's pretty transparent. Like I said, you can make your own, I guess I want to say opinions, because there's a lot of stuff there. But you can make whatever you want to make out of that. But I want to talk about the players. And so it's interesting because seeing these reports, they kind of have, solidify what I've always thought when I was in the role at the college football level. And there's two big things I used to let coaches know, and other people know about players. Number one, the players notice. The players notice everything. They are watching. They are taking notes. They notice everything. They notice your interactions. They notice how you do things. They notice, this thing talked about travel, food, family, different staffs, different facilities. They notice. And this is a message I've had for coaches over the years. Like, hey, we need to make sure we're taking care of these guys. We need to make sure we're doing the right thing, because they notice. They know what's going on. They're looking. They know. And I think that's big. When you look at this report card, or this report of the teams, like, it's pretty detailed. It's pretty detailed. I think they surveyed over 1,300 players, and I mean, it's some stuff that is like, wow, good or bad, very detailed. And so players notice. If you're listening to this, maybe, you're one of my normal listeners and you work in college football, or maybe you're a fan, or maybe you work in the league and you saw this and you want to listen, fine. But big thing I know, my big takeaway is that players, they notice. Number two, players are honest. They are very honest. So in my role in player development in college football, my door was open. I was a guy, I had nothing to do with their playing time. It was more, hey, you want to come in here? I want to help you grow as a person. I don't care what you do on the field. I hope you achieve all your goals, but I'm here for you as a person. And I had a lot of conversations, and players are very honest. You give them an opportunity and they trust you and they can talk about things. They are very honest. And you can see that in these reports, like just the honesty, like this is what it is, the factuality of it all, and actuality of it all, excuse me. But, yeah, they're honest. That's the one thing I noticed about this. I was like, holy smokes. Like they are definitely being very honest about their experience. And it's interesting, like I said, I'm not going to talk about any franchises or any teams. I'm not going to do that, but I really hope that this report does help, just help people either continue to be better, or people change and get better. I really love the report. Honestly, I think it's incredible. I think it's something it kind of holds people to the fire. We know that the NFL, I work in college football. It's a lot different. Different schools have different resources, different things like that. The NFL is a big time. We're talking about $1 billion business. So there's some things I saw in there that were kind of shocking, because I mean, there's enough money to take care, I would assume, to take care of some of the things that need to be taken care of for the players. And so, it's really good. Even if I was on a college level, like I would, like in my role, I would come up with something. I get the players, hey, what do you think about this? I mean, this has a lot of people talking, which I think is good. And I'm glad that the players have their voice. I've always been really big on giving, for me in my role with student athletes, but players a chance to talk, and they're just being honest, and it's pretty cool that the NFLPA is doing this for, free agents to look at. The free agents have already been talking. So a lot of people are not shocked by this. But it's very, very interesting. Now, the second piece of this is, like I said, I worked in college football, and I wonder what would happen if, if college football players had the opportunity to give this survey, fill out this survey or give their thoughts on their experiences. Now, once again, in college football, it's a lot different than the NFL. You got your heavy hitters with incredible facilities that they build or update stuff all the time. You got people that are kind of on the other end. I've worked in both. I've worked for a group of 5 school. I've worked for Power 5. I've been, I've seen different experiences. I've been a offer. We didn't win a game one year to being a conference champion. And so I've seen things in my career, and some of those things I could grade out, the different programs I worked for and how I felt, the decisions or the facilities or even some of the things we had, how they work for staff. But I wonder, it'd be pretty interesting if college football players did this. And I wouldn't be shocked if some are, coming up with this or talking to their ADs or talking to the head coaches about, the conditions they have. Once again, this is not college football is not the NFL where, I don't know how much money these teams get individually from TV contracts, but I know it's a lot. So you don't have the same thing in college, but it's pretty interesting. I think the other thing too, like reading this, the report, and I've always said this about college football too, it's not that people were like, hey, we need first class things, or I don't want to say first class things. It wasn't like, hey, we need the most top technology. A lot of it was just people felt like they weren't cared for in those situations. So if there's college football administrators listening to this, you may not be able to get all the bells and whistles in the locker rooms with the HD TVs or whatever, but I think players just want to know that you care to the amount that they care, and you care to the amount of resources that you're given. So it's pretty interesting. I will ask this question. I want y'all to jump in the comments. Who do you think will be the number one program in college football if there was a ranking like this from that level of play? That'd be pretty interesting. I have couple thoughts who it would be, but once again, I'm not going to say any names. But jump in the comments and let me know. Once again, thank you so much for coming to this open mic. I just wanted to get on here and just kind of talk about some stuff, like NFLPA report, and more I read and I read. I was like, I got to do something real quick. But takeaway here is that players, they see everything, they take notes, and then players, they are honest. Once again, if you're new to this and you haven't checked out the Player Development Pod, please take time to get on the pod, follow this channel, like and subscribe. I got tons of playlists. I'm here to just educate people on this incredible role of enhancing the lives of student athletes off the field. You have a great day. God bless you. Go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today.